mine workers have resurfaced. Let's take a look at the latest developments on that front.
Situation,
currently holding
and everybody was refusing to believe us. The developments today has proven to the world that NUM was correct when was saying this is a hostage. And it is correct in this sense. 563 people, they were from different positions in the mine or categories in the mine. That included even people in senior management, that we all know that ordinarily there will be no manager who will be doing sit-in underground. So we are saying we are vindicted as the National Union of Mine Workers. We have said this yesterday. The members are out, or the workers are out. Majority of them, they are okay. There are those who are not that okay, but they are receiving a necessary attention. We are hopeful that they will have a break to rest with their family, and after that they back to work. So we are very much happy that finally these people are out and safe, all of them. Thank you very much.
Colleagues, you are welcome to ask questions. Please identify yourself and the name of the media house that you work for.
Pizzo Malamane Kaya News. Yes, just give us the correct indication of the affiliation between AMCU and NUM.
Well, Pizzo, I don't understand when you talk about affiliation. We are the National Union of Mine Workers. We are an affiliate to COSATU. So AMCU is another union, unless you are talking about the membership at the mine. In relation to the membership, we are still confirming here today that we are the recognized union, in particular for category 8. For the category that is at the level of management, there is a union called Solidarity that is a recognized union. So we are those two unions that are recognized here. We are a majority union in this company. Thank you.
Please identify yourself and the media house.
So, Lasholana from Vision Africa. So I hear you speak about, saying that a number of these workers that work in this particular mine are affiliated with the NUM. But I want to understand, on the ground, we haven't been seeing representation in terms of regalia of the workers. Where are your workers? And those that have been released, the 543 that have been released, how many members? Because when we speak to the people on the ground, they are saying that they're under AMCU. They don't recognize, well, they do recognize that NUM is obviously affiliated with, they fall under the NUM, but they see themselves as AMCU members.
Thank you very much. Look, when this thing happened on Sunday, the management issued a directive to say there will be no operations. So they are closing down all the operations. People must go home. And the disciplined members of NUM, they took the instruction and they went straight home. That's why you couldn't see them here in Regalia. You can see for yourself that it's not 1,800 people who were here. It was just a few number of people who were here. So it tells you that members of NUM were not necessarily here because instruction has been issued to say everybody must go home. We are facing this situation of hostage. We must address that issue. So until that is resolved, that's when management will be communicating when people should come back. So in terms of the membership, we have already explained that we are a majority union here. No one can contest that. It is very clear. That's why when we want a meeting with management, we are not struggling. We don't have to do meetings through CCMA. We just tell management that we want a meeting. As we speak to you, we are from the boardroom now. Management was giving us a final brief as to how did everything go. Thank you very much.
Okay, so now we want to understand what will happen to the workers that were stuck underground, and also in terms of moving forward now as the NUM, because we've heard a lot of challenges that these workers are encountering with the company saying that the NUM is not representing them well. As a result, they want to fall under AMCU. If you could just touch on that.
Yeah, well, moving from here, the mine will be clearing everything, will create a conducive environment for everybody to be able to come back to work. All who are are supposed to be at work according to their shifts, they will be here. So the way forward is that those who are not well, they will be treated. And those who are from the hostage, they will also take break and have leave to recover. Once they are recovered, they will come back into the system. All these other things, we do have forums as the National Union of Mine Workers. When there are issues, we meet with our members through what we call mass meeting. So members are having that platform to raise their issues, and then that's when the organization, through its structure, starting from the branch, region, and national, are addressing issues as raised by members. From time to time, companies or management are not our friends. That's why we are a union. So we are relating with them on those bases. A trade union, the employee-employer relationship, that's the kind of relationship that we have. So under that relationship, if there are issues that are raised by members, we attend to them. Even ourselves, if it's necessary, there's a dispute, we are entering into a dispute, we are able to go to strike in the interest of workers. History is speaking for itself. You know the National Union of Mine Workers very well.
Bapedile Marane from ENCA. I want you to give us clarity in terms of those who were held hostage. Are there any ones who are hospitalized at this point in time? What is the situation, their well-being at this point? And also a way forward. When are you going back to the table to map a way forward with the worker, with the mine management, so that work can continue?
Look, we got a report that there are those that might be having medical challenges. They are attended to. Those that there is a need for them to go to hospital, they've gone to the hospital. So treatment is taking place. In terms of a way forward, the regional leadership will meet with management together with the branch to come up with a way forward. But we can tell you now, there is no dispute. The issue was about the hostage. So the hostage is resolved. The only thing that should happen, the leadership of the branch and the region must come back and do the planning to start working so that the operation is starting and is operating smoothly. Thank you very much.
With those who have not asked questions, we will come back for the second round. Please introduce yourself in the media house that work.
Tulani Mpele, Sowetan.
Sure.
In terms of the closed shop agreement, is that still in place?
Yes, closed shop agreement is still very much in place.
Any further question? Ntuahaya News 24, and then Sean, round up.
I hear the issue of hostage, and you also don't mention how the house of hostage was taken. I want to know what type of hostage was this? Were those who kept them hostage using firearms or spades or shovels? What kind of weapons were used, or what type of strategy was? And how was this impasse of this hostage broken?
Just a follow-up quickly on the high. Who held them hostage? Are they illegal miners or are they AMCU members?
Well, maybe let me start with your question. Look, we didn't say it's illegal miners. I mean, it's illegal miners or what? But those were employees also of the mine. So it's people who are working in the mine. As to whether they are AMCU members, we don't know. But it is their fellow colleagues. So generally, what was discovered underground is knobkieries. That is the things that they could discover underground. So we don't know exactly because they were with them. And unfortunately, we are talking about people who were very much exhausted, who couldn't really relate things that has happened underground. But what we could be recovered there are knobkieries that they were in numbers.
How were they rescued?
Well, all the means have been done through the South African police. There is a team that is called Proto in the mines. So that Proto team, the security of the mine and the South African police was used to access the underground and assist them. We must also say that members, I think they broke ranks underground this morning because we started the report that we got. The first 5 came out and others followed after that. So there was a point where people were just forcing their way up to the surface.
Sean and the Newsroom Africa after that.
Just Sean Smiley from Ground Up. Just with this operation, you said the police were involved and the Proto team. Were there any injuries from that? Did they resist? Do we know?
Yes, there were injuries. As we have indicated yesterday, there were a few people, almost 15 people who were injured.
Okay.
And there was resistance, as you could have learned during the day. At some point, at least a sizable number of 130-something came up, and after that everything went quiet, precisely because there was resistance. Those who were holding them under hostage, they were now beginning to fight back. That's when then the police got to be involved.
And I mean, did they fight the police at all? Were there struggles underground?
Well, of course, the police went there underground. You will appreciate that we were not with them underground, so we didn't get a report that says they were pulling and pushing that much. But of course, obviously, the police will they will elevate their power.